Okay, so it's recording now. So, Emily, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having
For
me.
this, thank you for this energy transfer. So, you and I have been speaking for a while now, probably about a week or so, about doing a transfer for you because we had some chats on the phone and so on text message. And I think really, what struck me about you is that like strength and attitude came straight through. I could just feel it. And I was like, this is someone that I really wanted to help. And when I saw that list that you gave me of everything you've been through, I think there were 11 events that I asked you just to give me a number of the intensity of that event and what year. So it was very simple, not going into any detail. So just to keep you sort of, in a good place. And I saw 11 events and 5 of them were scored 10 out of 10. And, when you put that together with how you come across and how you turn up for life, it's just like amazing. And that's why I said to you today, I'm not going to mess around anymore. Let's just get this over with. Let's just do it. Let's just get you healthy.
Yes.
So sorry. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah. I'm Emily, and I am from Missouri in the United States. And I've been through a lot. I was raped by 4 men right when I got into college, and I've grown a whole new layer of armor since then. I've learned so much about myself. I've been through a lot of harder times, and it's affected every part of my life. To the point where I have been through therapy, I've been through medicine, and I know there's more out there to help me right now. And I wouldn't be the person I am today without what I went through. But I would do whatever I could to get back some of that fire in my belly that I had before somebody took a little bit of it away from me. So I am really excited that I've met you, and you can kind of move some things around in me because I know I'm stuck for sure.
Yeah, so let's see how we go. I know it's quite late there, so I appreciate you staying awake and everything.
Mhm.
So as I said to you beforehand, I've just come off the back of 7 international conferences, and I got 14 between now and June. And you are welcome, and there's no pressure. You can join anyone you want. You mentioned to me earlier that you are interested in that. And so, we'll just take it one step at a time with this. But for today, we're just going to take you through a transfer, and that's going to involve a relaxation, which I have quite a strong intuition. So I normally pick up quite a lot from you. And I'm going to assess you first right now, how you are feeling, and then do the relaxation. Then I'm going to take you through a visualization where I give you some energy out of my hands. And that's my own personal, like my own life Reiki energy. And I'm able to put that through the screen. And you won't feel that. It'll just enhance the effect of counseling and talking. And we'll go through nature. And at the end, we'll have a chat about things that you've learned, and more about, because I'm taking the energy out of your heart, that energy, those feelings you've been maybe holding on to from your experiences, that means your heart comes out clean. But your head has been in this place of illness for some time. And this might not be the only session we have, because your events go back quite a number of years, more than 10 years. So I think we'll have a few sessions, but this first one will probably take some pressure off, and you'll feel better, if not completely better. Everybody's different. But it's that's just to give you a sort of an idea of what to expect. But it is really a peaceful process. That energy coming out of you, like if you think how fine energy is, it's like sand minus 1,000 times, it's very, very fine. You will not feel anything. So I think it's just relax and take it on board, and just enjoy it. Yeah. Okay, so I always start by asking a person to evaluate their feelings. So I take all your emotions and I encapsulate them into my hands and then reduce it down to that point there. So you've got your whole emotional state right there on the end of my fingers. And that will probably like pop as a color. Like it'll just come into your like. You should, if you evaluate the color of your feelings today, you'll get a color that'll just go like that.
I got purple.
Yeah, great. So this is your heart we're looking at. So it's not like thinking. Thinking is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get the thought. Your heart throws feelings out like immediately, So you got purple, and then does it have a shape? Is it a specific shape that you can choose from?
I'm seeing circle.
Okay, circle, purple. And is there a texture? If you look really close now, you're going to have to like zoom in. You can close your eyes and zoom into it, right in, and see the edges of the circle.
I feel like it looks like it's made of silk.
Okay, so
like
it's really smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth circle purple. Okay, so smooth circle purple has a certain emotional representation for you, yeah? Means nothing to me, but you know what that means, and that's what counts. So we're going to put this on a scale from 0 to 10, or somewhere in between. So 10 is like when you feel great, and 0 is when you're not so great. And so somewhere in between is where purple circle belongs. That number sort of popped out to you?
7.
7, okay. So by the time you leave here, you're going to be 10, or very close. Okay. Now I'm predicting the future, but I know because it happens every single time. I'm going to take your total emotions and I'm going to put them down here on the desk really carefully, and I'm not going to bump them. I don't want to damage you. Okay. And so we know you're at 7 at the moment. Okay. So what I want you to do is just feel your body just sink into that sort of bed you're lying on. Just feel it sink, and if you need to adjust an arm or a leg, just to like get that perfect spot, and as it sinks, all your organs also inside your body start to liquefy and sink. And so they all sink down to your back, and then they flow. Even your brain starts to go flat and down onto the back of your skull and follows the rest of your organs. And the whole of your body just liquefies and runs gently down to your feet, and one of your feet opens, and it all flows out and down away, and your foot closes. And now you're nothing but an empty shell. So everything you had inside you has left, and the shell starts to go transparent and clear. So even your skin is going clear. Okay. And there's some energy left on that skin, and I'm going to take it all off. And take all that energy off you, positive or negative, whatever that energy is, all those feelings. I'm taking that and I'm just going to put it over here on the floor, and all the way down your stomach. I'm taking all that energy off and down your legs. I'm putting it on the floor here. So we're completely neutralizing your body. We're going to start from scratch. Put that all down here. Now I want you to close your eyes. Now, and I want you to sink some more with your shell. Sink your shell down, 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 down. And I'm going to open the top of your head, there, and I'm going to bring my giant vat of honey, and I'm going to pour it carefully. And this is nice, warm, it's not hot. Warm honey in a long, thick, syrupy, continuous goo. And it goes in through your head, down through your neck, and down into your arms. And as it starts to spread up in your arms, you can feel that warmth. After you can feel that thickness, that like heaviness of the honey, because the honey, as the level gets up, starts to push the walls of your arms and your body outwards under the weight, but it's a good feeling. It's like that solidity feeling. It's almost like it's restoring balance to your body, because you know if you go and walk or move now, that honey will be packed tightly inside you. It will keep you balanced. All right. So anything that hits you from the side, left or right, it's not going to do anything. But that's only when we finished. So the honey's coming up in your chest. It's filling the cavity of your chest up to the top of your rib cage, and it's down into your legs, right to the bottom of your toes, and your toes start going a little bit orangey from the warmth, and that warmth just moves through your body top to bottom, and your shell changes color now because that warmth is really starting to expand and heat up your shell. But as the honey gets to the top of your body, you start to notice that all around you from the bottom, it's actually leaking just a little bit through your pores. And so as it comes through your pores, little bit by little bit, it just smooths out to a solid surface all the way around your body, so that it's forming, initially it's forming a liquid liquid cover around your body, but because it's cool outside, it goes hard and cracks. And that doesn't break the integrity of the outside of the honey. It just shows that strength of armor that you were talking about. But at the same time, it's a beautiful feeling, that honey. It's armor with grace. It's not armor with strength only. It's got sensitivity and it can move. But at the same time, if you don't want it to move, it can stay solid. So it brings that extra softer, lighter touch to your existence. Okay, so you can just feel that whole process completing with your honey inside closing, and that now moves off, and your head closes. And your head closes tight onto the honey, so there's a vacuum so that it doesn't slosh around. It's all solid in there. Okay. And now what I want you to do is I want you to take your awareness. Your awareness is the thing that observes. It includes all of your senses. It observes, but it doesn't judge anything. All it does is it says, I see that, I see that, I see that, I see that. But it does not say, I don't like that, I do like that. So awareness is very important because it's what you pick up in your life. And if you pick up more, you get more. You have more to choose from, decide from, etc. But your awareness is that shining lighthouse beacon, and it can shine its spotlight. I want you to bring that spotlight down into the largest area of honey, your chest. And I want you to shine it around there. And I want that awareness to absolutely pick up the essence of the feeling of the honey, that beautiful woodland smell. And it goes right down deep so that you can even observe when the bees were there, the energy that they put into the honey is still on that honey. And you can pick that energy up in your observation as the essence of a feeling. And you can take that feeling and bring it into your awareness. Okay. So in your mind, I want you to take a stamp and dip it in that feeling. And take that stamp and stamp it on your head all the way around and make a gentle but permanent indent into your mind. And then do the same again, dip it and into your heart and stamp your heart all the way around. And then take a handful of that honey and pour it over the top of your heart and feed it into the gate of your heart. Open the gates and flood the inside of your heart with that. And all those feelings that you've been holding on to come pouring out of your heart. And so now you've got this perfect woodland bee honey energy, natural energy feeling. It's like a light energy that sits on the wind. It's not like lightning that's strong, damaging energy. This is fine particles like atoms. And so if you, in months and years to come, have a thought or an emotion that you are feeling uncomfortable about, you will be able to come back to the honey feeling and to get those stamps on your heart and to go back into your awareness in your chest cavity and be there again. And I just want you to soak in that thought, all of that experience, and just move around and just really like it, completely absorb it right to your core. Okay, so when you're ready, I can see you coming up again. So as you come up above the water of consciousness, come up above the line, bring that feeling with you, drag it like a string, and bring it up and keep it with you. And keep it with you as you go about your day. That beautiful feeling, it's got to be in your mind all the time. You know, it's a practice that the more you keep it there, the more it stays with you. It's like riding a bike, you know. So from today, depending on how we go, you might not feel what you felt in the past. But from today going forward, I can't do anything about the future. So the future's up to you emotionally. So if you decide to go forward today and say, oh, I'm going to get angry with someone, then you've changed something, okay? But if you decide, I'm going to not get angry with that person because that's going to affect my emotions, I'm going to do something else. Yeah. And you might need skills for that sort of thing, or you might not. I don't know. I mean, we haven't really spoken enough to understand that, but we can talk about that. But as you come up, stay in your emotions in your heart. Yeah. Not allowing thoughts to, bring you back to like strong reality.
Thoughts and feelings are totally different.
So with thoughts and feelings, you've got your thoughts are okay. I mean, I'm not an expert, but the way I see it is more electrical, know. And your feelings are definitely energy because I can tap into that. So, but then you've got your belly, which is your gut, right? Now, your gut's really important. That's your intuition.
Yeah.
And you hear that little voice, sometimes people don't listen to their little voice. And you don't have to do what it says, but it's important to listen, because if you're finding that it's right 10 times out of 10, maybe you should listen.
Yeah.
So it's important of just being aware, use your awareness to see what your gut is telling you and evaluating that. And then your heart, your heart is full of energy. It's emotions. It's just energy. So when something happens, like some of the things you've experienced, the instinct is to have a perception that that thing is like shocking, terrible, or whatever it is. It can also be fantastic, but generally problems start when people go, oh my goodness, that's terrible, because that event is actually over there. But what you do is you put an emotion inside you, an energy. You create an energy, right? So you've created at least 5, maybe more energies in your life. And that process of creating that energy is not the same for everyone. Some people create a huge energy that will take over their life just from a tiny event. I had a guy who I took anxiety out of in Singapore when I was in Australia. And when we got down to it, the energy that had caused his whole anxiety, debilitating anxiety, was that somebody cut him off in traffic but didn't hit him, didn't touch him. But that was an infringement on his beliefs. And I found that absolutely astounding. And I said to him, is that logical? Does that make sense to you? And I think he questioned a lot of his life after that. But it's important to say, before I go through a dangerous feeling in myself, a very strong negative feeling, what is actually, let's keep a level head here and just look at this and then put the appropriate feeling in me, or if you can, just release that feeling.
Yes.
And that is really, that's something I call that's something I call extreme forgiveness. So forgiveness is when you let go of something, an energy that you've created, which comes from another event. But when you talk about forgiveness and it's like, right, I'm so angry, resentment or something like that, that is an emotion you're putting inside yourself. But when you are able to see that thing happen and let it go straight away, that's really where you want to get to.
Yeah.
But I can tell you right now, there's almost no one on the planet except master coaches and psychologists that can do that, I would say. But what healing people has taught me is that we look outward in life. Everyone looks outward. Blame, excuses, that problem over there. But in truth, the answer to every problem in our lives, everything that we will ever experience, is inside ourselves. The answer's there. And so many people and businesses do not support personal development. And that goes against that principle. So it's really a decision that everyone has to make if they want to look outward at everything or if they want to improve themselves. So that they can, you can see, this is why I wrote about my experience, because I wanted to show that I'm removing mental illnesses and traumas because I developed myself. And people get scared of that because you developed yourself. It's not something to be scared of. It's something to go, oh my goodness, this guy can take a mental illness out. Oh my goodness, I'm going to go stay close to him, like sometimes logic doesn't prevail. But you see where I'm going, really. I think for you, like if I, for example, had experienced what you experienced, it will probably be shocking and frightening. And the initial feeling would be to look the other way from these emotions, But following on that, the answer to everything is inside yourself. the path to healing is looking inward, is looking at those painful, not the event, but the emotion that you have that resulted, that you caused as a reaction to the event. So, I mean, what we can do is, I mean, we went down into your heart now a little bit, and we put some honey in there. But I suspect you should probably go and have a good look in there and see, do a visualization of your heart and pick any of the emotions and see what we've got. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we try that?
Sure.
You just switch my phone off. Sorry about that. Okay. I want you to just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe in through your nose next time, I want you to see those hairs in your nose and time slows down. Time stops. And then it goes forward very slowly, and those hairs bend over and touch your skin on your nose, and all of them go down. And then time goes a bit faster, and then you breathe out. And breathe in. I want you to take your energy levels right down so they are on the floor. Everything goes down. And I'm going to take your spirit out of your body, from your head slowly, gently. I'm just going to peel it out. It's okay. And as it comes out, it's going to help you with your journey. Now your spirit is up above you, and it turns and goes down to your chest. And now your eyes are in the spirit. But as we go into your heart, even if there's a painful emotion, that spirit will be able to handle it. But if that painful emotion touched you, you might not be able to. So we're using your spirit just to help us. So your spirit is going to look in through the side of your heart and open the gates to your heart and look deep into whatever you see. It's probably, your heart is the place where every feeling that you have is kept. There'll be some sort of energy. They might be floating, they might be on the floor. Generally, they look different. Some are uncomfortable. Some are really painful. Some are still bright and joyful moments. But I want you just to go in there and see if you can see those feelings in that room and get some. I want you to see if you can get an awareness in that, in your heart, in the cavern of your heart. See if you can describe what you see.
I see kind of like a pool of water, and all my feelings are just floating around in it.
Okay. So
Almost.
have a look at, sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go on.
Okay, so stay there, stay in the pool, stay where the pool is. Go back to the pool. Lower your energy again. Your spirit is at the pool. Now your spirit's got its hand there, reaching out across the water. And it's going to separate the feelings that you want in your life from the feelings that you don't want in your life. So what I want you to do is do that separation and then count how many feelings there are that you don't want. How many can you count?
There's more like have an estimate between like 6 and 10.
Okay.
Kind of like a pile. I separated in the pool. It was like all the good thoughts were orange, and then all the black thoughts were black. So
Yeah.
one side of the pool is dark, and one of the side of the pool is lighter.
Okay. Now, I'd like you to go back down there and lower your energy again, lower your vibration. Bring your whole body into perfect peace. And then go back, walk through the gates as the spirit. And those 6 to 10, I want you to try to see if you can clear the uncertainty there and see if you can take your time and just focus on the outside of those emotions. We never go into emotions. And see if you can get a number, an exact number.
8.
8, okay. Now, are there big ones and small ones?
Yes.
Choose the smallest one.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want and if you're uncomfortable with anything, just let me know, but the spirit's going to pick up that smallest emotion and look at it. Now, emotions are basically like a fire alarm. Because when a fire alarm goes off, you stop and you listen and then you do what it's told you to do, and then you leave the building. Yeah. Emotions are the same, but we don't treat them the same. Because when we have a painful emotion, especially when it's very strong or there's a lot of them, we stop listening. And that's what happens when you stop listening. What happens when you stop listening to all these painful emotions?
The water gets clear. And it's peaceful.
Yeah. So this black emotion, this little black emotion, you can see it in your mind through the spirit.
Mm.
You understand that this emotion has been giving you a message. Okay. Now, what do you think we should do with this black emotion?
I think that we should, I'm envisioning it as almost like a black kind of glass, almost stone that I'm holding. And
Sorry, like what?
like a stone, almost like a crystal, like a black crystal,
Okay.
kind of solid and heavy, and it's like reflective. And I want to take it and acknowledge that it's in the water, but it doesn't have to be this color. It doesn't have to be this heavy. It doesn't have to be what it is. It still can be the same shape, but it doesn't have to be what I've been viewing it as.
Yeah. So what do you know about energy, Emily?
Energy you cannot create or destroy. You move it around.
Well done. So you can change it from one form to the other. So this black emotion, what do you want to do with this black emotion? Do you want to? You got options. I mean, you could leave it there in the pool as black, or you could do something else with it, and then it wouldn't be doing what it's doing. It wouldn't be giving you pain. It wouldn't be whatever it's giving you. It wouldn't be giving that. It might even be beneficial.
Yeah.
But it doesn't just switch. Energy doesn't just change. You need to do something or say something to it that will change this energy into a different energy. So life is, and illness is about learning something. Mm-hmm. And each of these energies has a different lesson. Or maybe some of them have the same lesson, but in a different context. So for you to get healthy, the path to health is to change these energies and to carry out the action they are asking you to carry out, because they are your body telling you what you're doing wrong. Yeah. And so I go back again, the secret to everything in your life is inside you. This is where your solution to your illness lies. And that, just knowing that concept, sometimes, I'm not laying an expectation on you. Some people with like small issues, it goes away immediately, but I mean, there's a lot here, we might have to work at it, and that's just what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. We don't judge. We just look at it. That's what's there. Yeah.
I
So
love
let's,
that.
if we, sorry, you like that?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this little energy in my in your spirit's hand, can you hear what its message is?
Yes.
Okay,
Like
you don't have to say it.
with this. Okay.
You don't have to go there. All you have to do is somehow satisfy that message. So that might look like, for example, I had one guy who his wife passed away 10, 15 years ago, and he was still sitting there with like this massive black energy. And I said, do you need this black energy? You know, she's gone, you know, like ages ago. And he was like, no, I don't need it. I'm sick, but I'm not mourning, you know.
Mm.
So I said, well, just tell it. And he said, okay, energy, I don't need you anymore. Thank you for what you did. You can go white. And immediately it went white. And he said there was this massive load off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's like anxiety just drops off people, you know, trauma drops off people like water. You can just say the right thing to that, and that feeling that's been with you will just drop off you because you have learned your task for this particular lesson. So see if you can put the words together, and you don't have to get it right the first time. You can say it 4, 5, 6 times and, you know, give it a go, and you'll know when you get it right. You'll feel it.
Yeah.
But just keep saying different sort of acknowledgements. And
You want me to say them in my head or out loud?
say it out loud. It's more powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my little black thing that I'm holding is resentment. So I feel, you know, that it's holding anger of how things are done. And I want you to turn orange. Orange is my white in this
Okay.
in this story. So you're
But
black.
it's telling. Hang on. It's telling you that it is resentment, right? So
And
resentment, the opposite of resentment is forgiveness. So to forgive, you would have to say something like, I'm letting it go.
yes.
Or I am letting that thing go. And, you know, keep going.
I'm letting these things not affect me, and that I can learn instead of what I don't want, I'm learning what I do want. So I don't have to resent that things are not the way I want them. It's that I am learning what I do want and how I'm going to get that.
Yeah, excellent. So it's like looking at the positive, not the negative.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And I forgive.
Do you think that from now on you can make that switch?
Yes.
To be focusing on what you want and setting your intention into the future.
Yes.
Do you know how setting your intention works?
In a general sense, yeah, but I'd love for you to explain it more.
Okay, so when you speak, do you listen to your words? Right? Do you actually listen to what you are saying? Because you remember the secret to your existence is inside yourself. So you've got to be self-aware.
Yes.
That's more important than being externally aware, you know, especially at the moment because everyone's struggling, you know. But if you're very self-aware, it means, like the other day, I had a person that said hate twice to me, and I said, if you say that again, I'm going to switch off. I'm going to turn this thing off, because you're not only affecting your future, you're affecting my future.
Yeah.
Because when they put hate out into the universe, the future, whatever you believe in, when they put that in front of themselves, it's not fortune telling. It's just that your mind picks that direction. Hatred, your mind and your being and your body will go in that direction. You are forming a rut, you know. So the more people say strong negative words like that, you'll go that way. So, but this is great because you've like acknowledged like your negative to positive without me even explaining this, which immediately raised. Well, that's why I said intention, because you're setting a new intention that you will automatically move in a positive direction as a person, because your words are taking you in that direction, your actions and your thoughts, everything's taking you in that direction. Yeah. But it's understandable that you've had all this inside you and that weighs you down. And that's the challenge, is when you're not feeling well, how do you stay positive? And I'll tell you, it's practice, because you're never going to feel 100%. But if you practice positivity always, you'll still talk positivity and think positivity, even when you're feeling terrible. Yeah. So
that sounds like a good plan.
I
just said that sounds like a good plan. You know, I
know
from experience that I've tried to be optimistic and positive, but trying to make it that, you know, habit, and it will just happen for you.
Yeah. Now a habit is really what emotional and mental health is all about, because everything is habits. So the way we form a habit is we gentle on ourselves first and foremost. If we get it wrong, we do not bash ourselves, we let it go. And then we try again. So if you become negative tomorrow, it's fine. You just let it go, you change. You pick it up. Sorry, I've done it wrong. Okay, let's move on. Let's be positive. Yeah. Soon as you hit yourself, that's negative on negative. Shit, I should have done that right. You know, that's negative on negative.
Yeah.
So, a habit is about persistence, patience, and practice. Never, ever, ever give up. And, you know, you would understand that very well, because you've been through that situation. Yeah. Should we do a quick check-in with your emotions?
Yeah.
So you had a purple circle. Now, this might be a different shape or color. Just capture the complete feeling of your body. Should just pop. Don't think about it. So just picture a switch on the side of your head, and you turn that off, and then you go down into your heart, and all those feelings in that pool, how are they? What color are they all together?
They're orange.
Okay.
I still have a little shallow end of black, but it's much more bright than it is dark.
Oh, good. How many blacks are still there?
5.
Oh, that's good. We worked on one and we got 3.
I had a lot of
Okay.
resentment.
Yeah. Resentment's the most common negative emotion I find, because it's when people break beliefs, they don't like it. But is there a shape to this overall emotion that you've got? So you've got orange,
I have a triangle.
triangle, and if you're looking really close, have you got like a texture?
It looks like sand.
Okay, so sort of gritty. Okay. And if we put this on a scale, 0 to 10,
Probably a 9.
9, wow, that's gone up 2 points, eh?
Mhm. Yeah,
Do you feel, yeah, you feel the difference?
yeah, I feel like I had a rainstorm on a leash that I was just kind of pulling behind me, and I just kind of snipped a little bit of him off, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Now you won't fully recover till we sort out those other 5.
Hmm.
What time did we start, Chad? Let me see.
Yeah, I might have to go to bed soon because I got to
What
work
time is it
in the
there?
morning. It is 11:45.
Yeah, I think maybe we should leave it there and book another day,
Okay.
because we've done what I really wanted to just give you relief, like take that top edge off, and
Yeah.
just you can just breathe, like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
have that. I mean, is that how you feel now? Does that describe it?
Yes. I
Okay, fantastic.
I feel like before I talked to you, I was kind of like sitting in a bowl, and
Yeah,
now I've turned it into an umbrella above me, kind of like it was something that was heavy and underneath me, and now it's light and above me.
brilliant. Is this experience going to change your life?
Yes.
Okay,
And I'm
now that's fantastic. Now I just want to ask you, I've given you a lot of energy today, right? Not a lot, but I've given you energy. This is what always happens. People spend 2 days on top of energy, on top of my energy, right? And then they kind of come down a bit, just back to normal again. So expect that at some point. But that's it. Like, I just want to talk to you for the next day, maybe 2 days. And if anything comes up, I want you to just call me straight, or like text me straight away.
okay.
And then whatever it is, we'll jump on a computer and sort it out. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll give it a week or 2, and then we'll do one. I like to let you just get used to how you are now
Yeah.
before we introduce another change. It's
Kind of
important
settled.
that you start to approach health at a steady pace and not too quickly, because it gets confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've given you a lot of concepts. And what I'm going to say is, all the stuff that's in your head going around in your mind, I want you to just let that filter through a sieve down deep into your subconscious. Okay. And your mind is not going to think about any of that. That will just free your mind to do what you got to do. There's no anxiety there. Your subconscious will work on it in its own time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rush to get better or improve or whatever, or change anything. This is at your pace, and we do it all at your pace.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all this help.
Yeah, sure. Like, also, hey, don't forget, I'm pretty good with joints. Like, I can send you energy, and your joint will get better. And also, like, you can tell me whatever's hurting. I'll just give you energy on that, and we'll see if it works. But yeah, see how you're going now, because you've had a lot now.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I told you what my physical pain has been. I've been dealing with doctors not actually, they just figured out what it's not. They haven't told me what it is, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I've had extreme back pain and nerve pain, and I'm having nerve damage where I can hardly use my right arm. My left leg doesn't lift, and I can barely walk, sit, or stand for very long. So that's what's been also affecting my mental health, because I've been in so much need of help.
Should I quickly turn the recording off, and then you can show me that area, and I'll just give you energy there, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I'll just turn it off. Cheers.